Last night was so fucked, and now he's a peaceful little guy, and I'm really scared for tonight.
Hey guys, I'm Nikki Bon. I'm a comedian and new mom, and I'm here to tell you that this shit is rough. It's dark, and I don't know why nobody warned me. Of course, a ton of parents are always like, oh, it's hard, it's tiring, having a newborn, exhausting. I need specifics. Nobody was specific. I need to know what happened in the first week, the second week, the third week, because what is happening now I was not prepared for. I get it. You don't get a lot of sleep. You know, you're up with the baby a lot. But the shit that has been happening is next level. And I feel like everybody has lied to me and to the world. You know, when you see new parents, well, for me, when I've seen new parents, they've been like, oh, yeah, I'm tired. Oh, it's a lot. But we love him. We love him so much. Oh, there's no joy like it. It's like, no, there's no darkness like it. Maybe I have a big gassy guy, a crier, but it's now week 2. I haven't had time to do this. That's okay. But I'm just saying why I'm a little bit behind. And we're exhausted. Last night was probably the most degrading moment of my life. Probably not, actually. I was just too drunk in my 20s to remember the most degrading things that I've done. But he wakes up every half an hour to an hour normal, but he cries every time we feed him, and then you got to put them in the snooze suit, and you got to change their diaper and do all these things that seem normal. You're like, yes, of course you have to change baby's diaper and put clothes on them and get them in their bassinet, but nobody tells you how hard it is to get them in their bassinet and to fall asleep and to not cry after feedings. It's like torture. It's torture. But I love him so much, you know, as people say. Last night he was a bit of a monster. Not his fault. I think that he has gas, but the doctor doesn't want to do anything. Doesn't want to give him probiotics or anything yet, and that's fine. So we were up about every 45 minutes, and my husband and I started out by doing the nights together, which I actually, if your man is up for it, or your girl's up for it, I highly recommend. We did the nights together for about the first 5 nights, and it was nice because you have the support. I nurse, he burps, he shits, my husband changes the diaper, I then nurse him back to sleep. It was a good little system, and the nights are so scary that having somebody else there is the best. It was like when I would go camping and we'd wake up in the middle of the night to a bear, and I'd be like, at least I have somebody else here with me. Now we have gone to our individual nights, and last night on my shift I woke up, he was having a really hard time breastfeeding, fighting the nip, and finally I fed him, I changed him, he spit up out of his nose and mouth, which is The Exorcist and jarring when it's 3 a.m. and you're alone. And then he projectile shit on me, which, you know, I honestly thought I'd think this stuff is gross, but it is true. I will say, when it's your kid, you kind of are okay to deal with it. So he projectile shit on me, he barfed, he was possessed for about like 10 minutes, and then I put a new outfit on him, and then he shits again. Okay, classic parenting stuff, 101, it happens to everybody. I finally get him down after an hour and a half, and I go to wash out the bottle and the pump stuff, because I pump, then we use a bottle so we know how much he's getting. That's what our doctor wanted us to do. And I turn on the tap, and pee just comes out of me. And I'm not talking like, oh, pee, like, oh, I have to pee. Like, I had absolutely no control. I've been very lucky with the way my body's been post-birth. It's, you know, healed quickly, but that's deceiving, because I thought that I had control over my bladder, and I didn't. I turn on the tap, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, I peed on the kitchen floor all the way to the bathroom. And I felt like a dog. I sat on the toilet and I cried my eyes out. I was so tired. I was so drained, but I was just like so embarrassed of what my body had just done. Never have I ever. Listen, I pee my pants a lot because when I laugh, I pee. Not so much now, but in my teens and 20s when I would get high, I'd pee so much. I'd laugh so much that I'd pee my pants, and that was fine. I could handle that because I was like, well, that's a reason. But by turning on a tap and truly not being able to hold anything in, and to then get up after crying my eyes out to look and see a whole trail, like full on trail of pee from where I was standing to the bathroom, was degrading and embarrassing and really upsetting. And so now I'm wiping it up and just crying my eyes out, and then I get out the Swiffer and I'm crying my eyes out, and I get back in the room and then he's crying again, and my husband wakes up, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't. I did it, but it was a dark moment, and one day I will be able to laugh about it, but right now it's so fucking hard to have no control over your body along with your baby. And I know that the baby doesn't know what's going on and he's just trying to communicate to us, but there's not 1 ounce of control. And then on top of it, my boobs are pissing too. Like, I have no control when that happens either. So it's beyond a crying baby and not knowing if they're hungry or gassy or just angry or overtired. The bodily functions are what I'm really struggling with as well. This is also a form of birth control to anybody watching. It's great. I love him so much. It's such a special time. But it's fucking dark. Everybody always says, it'll pass. It's all fine. It'll pass. This is just a phase. But it is impossible to realize this is just a phase when it is the hardest phase and you've never gone through this in your whole entire life. And it feels like when I'm at the bottom of a hike, like a 3-hour hike up a mountain, which is like only something I've done once, and someone's coming down and is like, it's so beautiful at the top. And I'm like, yeah, because you've come down the mountain already. You've done it. I gotta get to the top. I don't even know what beauty is at this point, because I'm gonna put my body through so much shit, and how am I supposed to be excited about the top? Of course it's great. The top's so good when you're at the bottom and it's over. It's so funny, I thought that I could do stand-up. I was like, it's fine. I'll do stand-up. It'll be great. I'll still have my identity. And even still, when I got out of the hospital, I was like, I'll post on Instagram. I can still do all that stuff. Oh, me? Edit this? Do that? Write a little bit? I can't even pay attention to TV. Sometimes I just zone out and I realize I'm staring at the fireplace and it's not even on. But I still put this pressure on myself that I need to post or I need to do this stuff because the world's passing me by and it's week 2. So either that's going to get heightened or it's going to really slow the fuck down. You know what I'm going to start doing? My positive note of the vlog. Positive note is things that have helped me. The Soother helped me. Love the Soother. The Solly Baby Carrier has been great to be hands-free. And listen, it's fucking expensive. It's $80 for a piece of cloth, but it's worth it. And he loves it. It's like being swaddled. I can do whatever I want. I have a little bit more freedom. I meditated with him. Another positive thing. I think that's it for now. I think that that's it. It's healthy because I've gone to the doctor like 7 times. The white noise machine is key. I know some people are against this, but it has saved us. We put it next to the changing table, blast that white noise, and he doesn't cry on the changing table at all anymore, which is great, except for obviously last night, because last night was monster mode, and sometimes you can't get past the monster mode. White noise machine for changing, trying to get him to calm down. When you put him in the the fabric carrier. The fabric carrier is stressful because you're like, get in there. Wait, just hold on, stop crying because I need to do it up. And then you do it up and then you get him in and then he barfs on you. And you're like, oh no, but you still got to get him in because you know it'll calm him down. And you get him in and then he's crying a little bit. And then you go, oh, bring the white noise machine. And then you hold it to his head like it's the 90s and it's a boom box. You're like, everything's going to be okay. And then he shits and then you have to change him and take him out. And then you do the whole thing all over again. These things that are positive are not the answer, but they help. It's just his mission to get them all to work.